Good morning. My name is Michael R. Roser, and I am co-founder and chief coaching facilitator at my company, Strategic Life Coaching, LLC. Please join us for this video and more at my website at abundantlifeslc.com. Wanted to talk this morning a little bit and thank you all for your kind responses to my series on amends, and almost to a person people were asking me, well, Mike, that seems way too hard, and how did you get, where you're at? And my answer certainly is that I had help, and I believe that God, as I understand God, was extremely helpful in me changing what was going on inside of me, physically at times, emotionally certainly, and turning back to a spiritual way of living. And as we were talking, it came up. What did you mean, Mike, when you said in that last amends video that what the person was going to do with that amend is what they were going to do with it? What did you mean by it? And uh, it's changed over time, but I can say where I am spiritually this morning is when I have made that vow to change and be a different person, and that I was not going to act and behave as I did prior to the person that I had harmed. How they react to that and what they're going to do with that information is up to them, because, as I mentioned, there's a trust factor involved. And I had said I was sorry, many, many times before. And they're going to take what I say and my commitment to them, and they're going to take that with them. They're either going to believe it or they're not going to believe it. And why those living amends are so important is if every time that I encounter them, via text, social media, on the phone, in person, if I'm bringing that spirit inside of me, that new commitment to continue to be looking inwardly and what I can bring to every single conversation every single day over a period of time, hopefully they're going to see that I am making good on my vow and my commitment to change. And so that was one part of it. Then the other part of it was, well, you know, I don't have that skill, because every time somebody's pushing my buttons, I get angry, either outwardly, which is, I believe, to be healthier, believe it or not, versus them not saying anything and then being passively aggressive in their handling of it later on down the road, where something happens in their life, as we talked about, they get a curveball, and then all of a sudden you're getting a litany of everything that you've done wrong since the beginning of your relationship or so forth, and that continuously gets dredged up over and over and over. And that anger, passive aggressive anger, is not only hurtful to the person that's engaging in it, because it's upsetting them clearly, but it's hurtful toward the person that they're being angry at. And so what I've tried to do is I have several different things that I can implore during a day or during a week or during a month that helps me stay focused on me in this process. And one of them that I thought was really, really good was and I'm Catholic, and I was at a Mass one time, and they had something called a burning bowl. And they gave us all a little piece of paper, the entire congregation, the entire assembly, at the beginning of the year. And we were asked to write down 5 things that we would like to improve in our lives, be it relationships, the way we handle our finances, not being lazy and letting things accumulate, whatever they are. And we wrote down 5 things that we wanted to work on, and then we took those up and we lit those on fire, and they burned, and the entire congregation did it. And as that smoke was rising, that was just a great metaphor for me. I believe in God, and we've talked many times about what that means. It could mean good orderly direction in your life, better direction in your life. It could mean the great outdoors. To me, it means God, and the sight of that burning and going upward was something that was really powerful for me. And it occurred to me that, well, why not do that every single day? And so I don't burn it every day, but I created what's called a God box. And I took an old shoebox, literally, and covered it with some paper and wrote some things on the outside of it. And when I'm really struggling with something, where I'm really feeling like I have to defend myself or I'm angry, I will write that down on a piece of paper, my thoughts at that moment, date it, and I fold it up and I put it in that God box. And it's very cleansing and very healthy for me to keep turning my will and my inner thoughts over to a power greater than myself. The other thing I would suggest to you, and it's worked really, really well for me, is a gratitude list. And when I'm starting to feel like woe is me and I'm getting back upon my pity pot of the things I don't have or the things I can't do, I write down a gratitude list of the things that I do have and the things that I am grateful for. And I just keep that list close to me whenever I'm feeling down. Again, hopefully that helps, and it warms my heart that you guys are responding to these videos in a very meaningful way. That's why I'm trying to do this. I was given so much, and I want to try to pass some of that back along to all of you. And hopefully this stuff is helping. And again, please visit us at my website, abundantlifeslc.com. Love you guys. Take care now.